Hey, Lena here, and I am back with Casey Undercover, guys. I haven't seen you guys since basically last year. It feels like a whole freaking year, and this is part one of the season finale. I didn't know if it was a season finale yet, but this is it. It was confirmed when the cast said it. This is part one of season finale. Casey and Brett, the final chapter. I don't know what I'm gonna do myself because Brett is back, and he looked a little washed out when he came back, but he's back, and it was whole crazy. So let's just get to the first part of the show. Brett was screaming, and Casey's like, "Oh my God, you guys are so excited! Use your words, though." So Greg Wilson likes Casey as they board their school, and he want to go away camping. So to go away camping with each other. So Marissa's like, you gotta tell your parents that you want to go camping, and then beg, and then cry. And so Casey's like, I don't know if they're gonna fall for it and stuff like that. So Casey went up there, and then when Marissa was coaching Casey through the whole thing, then Casey's like, oh my God, please, I need to go. I'm responsible enough. I won't do nothing bad. So then it's like, okay, you can go. And they were just all fine with it and stuff. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going. I can die right now. And then it was a clip to the other side. The man who leads the other side, he was like, you need to eliminate Casey right now. That's your mission because she's gone. And he was talking to, what I saw was Brett. I knew it. So Casey was tying jackets around her waist, and she was like, no. And she's tying this flannel jacket that she always wear around her waist. She's like, yes, that looked perfect. So then Brett was like, he covered him off. He was like, don't say nothing, with a freaking gun to her head or whatever. And then he was like, what the heck? And he broke a lamp. He was like, Craig was like, are you okay, Casey? And she was like, you better say something. So then she was like, yeah. So then it was like, what the heck? He kind of looked out, washed out though. He's like, I came to kill you, babe. Hey, grandma's there, and she was telling stories about her Old Spice stuff, and Judy was like, it's so nice to hear honest stories about good spies. And then Ernie was like, well, what am I? And she was like, a stink butt, no friends. Do I have to say more? And she's being more mean. But yeah, so the grandma steered to stay at home when her husband is gone because he's out doing stuff. So then Craig is like, don't like her there. He don't like her there. So Carrie is like, well, what if I get your mother to stay with us for 2 weeks? And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I just don't want her here. She can't stay alone in a condo, in a gated house community? What, somebody's gonna go and in a jacuzzi after 9 o'clock? That was so funny. I was cracking up laughing through this whole episode, especially when Kira found Brett in the closet. So Casey was telling Brett, like, I'm gonna pull this trigger, and she's like, okay. She's like, I'm gonna do it. She's like, okay, go on, do it then. And she's like, you want me to pull it for you? And he's like, I can't do it. So she's like, you gonna kill me? Like, come on, that's for real. Like, do it. And she's like, or are they gonna come in and talk about it too? Because he's like, they're gonna send some other agents to come kill us. And she's like, our relationship is messed up. So Casey was sneaking muffins in her pocket. And then Marissa came in, was like, you ready to go camping? You don't have to do no makeup. That's nice. You don't have to have nice hair and have nice clothes. And then she was like, well, you kind of already doing that now, but you don't have to go. So the Marissa was like, no, please, I don't want to go. So she freaking begged, cried her, and Marissa ran upstairs to go see what was wrong with her. So when she went upstairs, the door was locked, and Marissa was like, what the heck? And she was like, Greg Wilson's the first guy I've met since Brett. You was crying over him. You was so upset. You photoshopped y'all babies together and stuff like that. So then Brett was in the closet listening to all that. He just revealed that Brett was in the closet. She was like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? Why would you have him here? He's not that good and stuff like that. And she was like, and I thought I had lousy taste in boys. And then they was like, you do. So Kira's mom ate Craig's meatloaf, and Craig was really upset about that. He was like, oh my God, I put it in the back with foil around it with the title, Craig's Meatloaf, do not eat. And she's like, you should do better with the signs. So Judy was like, remember when you told us that story about you saving the president's life in August 1977? That story was fake because y'all wasn't even in the same city in August 1977. So then she was like, for a lot of stats for a robot who could be wiped out clean with a screwdriver and a magnet. I was like, ooh, sassy. So Ernie saw Brett, and he tried to beat Brett up, and that did not work. But it was so cute because Brett's like this tall, and Ernie's like kind of short, and like Brett is really tall. Him and Zendaya are really tall people, including Marissa too. Marissa's really tall. They all tall. He's like, I can't keep this secret, and then Brett is like, no, this is really dangerous. I probably should just leave and stuff. So Casey's like, yeah, Ernie, I keep this secret, and whistle. So he can't even whistle when he went down there to tell the coast is clear. He had to call. And she's like, I forgot this boy can't whistle. So he go down there, and she's like, why didn't you tell his grandma was in the front? So then Brett had to try to go out the back, but then Craig and Kira came in, and they was talking about how she ate the food and the pudding cups. So then she had to hide around. So then Casey ended up hitting Craig in the eye with a marker because he was looking for his marker. And he's like, oh, did your mom eat that too? So she was like, what the heck? And they hurried up and ran upstairs. And Craig was like, maybe I could starve your grandmother out. I could starve your mom out. So Ernie was like, he just ran away. So then some girl has to eliminate Casey and Brett. Her name is Ursula. And then Submersive's like, Brett ain't the right guy for you, Casey. He's living in your closet and you got him, you going to get froyo for him. That's not healthy. So she's like, why can't you just be a good spy for your organization? And Casey's like, oh my God, that's a good idea. So then Mercer's like, can you say that again but sound less surprised? So Casey's gonna go and plead his case to the organization, but Agent Ursula was there listening, so she gonna find where Casey live and go see where freaking Brett is. So Casey go to see Beverly, who Sherry Shepherd played, the head of the organization. So she tried to get her cookies, and she's like, let's say hypothetically somebody worked here and worked for the other side and then tried to kill me, then tried to come back to this. What would you do? And she's like, I would lock him up in a prison, and for the rest of his life. And so she's like, yeah, that's right, yeah. And she's like, you talking about Brett? Will Beverly knew what she knew. So she's like, yeah. Casey threw the cookies down. She spit on him. She's like, yeah, Brett was horrible. I hate him and stuff like that. So then Beverly was like, I don't like the boy either, but that's just nasty. You gotta clean those cookies up. So Grandma was telling stories to Judy again, and she think they fake too about her b-boy story. But then her shoes was cute. They was like, I don't think they was Nike. They was sneaker wedges. They could have been Nike Dunks, but they was in black. And she did the moves. I know it's probably a stunt double, but I don't know. It might not have been. It might have not been. She might have did her own stunts, guys. But then Casey was like, hey mom, and then Kara freaking saw Brett in the closet. She walked right past him, and she was like, Brett. So then she beat him up. I screamed when she threw him to the door. First thing she did was punch him in the face. Casey was like, ooh, she beat him up. And Casey's like, how did he get in here? Oh my God, she beat him up so bad that I was screaming in the room when that happened. Mila was screaming. We was like, what the heck is this? She beat that boy up bad. Like, seriously. So Craig and Kira was like, this is dangerous. He put us in danger. And so then Brett was like, I gotta go, I gotta leave. So then Casey followed him out for some strange reason. Why was her mom like, girl, please leave that boy alone, girl? So they was driving and he was like, we gotta go. We can't keep going back and forth. I'm gonna drop you off and I'm just gonna leave and I'm gonna handle this on my own. So then Ursula's back there. He was like, oh yeah, that's kind of Ursula. And she's kind of my girlfriend. So Casey's like, what? I know we not a thing, but you could at least give me a heads up. Like, that's your girlfriend. Like, what? Then he was like, well, you was with Greg Wilson and all that flannel stuff. What's up with that? And then it was like, what? So then they was getting like hit. It was like Fast and Furious. They was hitting cars together and stuff like that. So then Casey's like, I'm gonna do what my training trained me to do. So she jumped on top of the car. She did that thing when they split in half of the car. She got in the car with the girl and started fighting, and it's a railing off a freaking cliff, and Brett stopped. He's like, Casey, no! And they freaking SUV went over the railing, and she freaking crashed. I don't know where they went. And that was the end. I'm like, this is freaking Disney. She just basically, if she almost realized she would have died. This is no Fast and Furious. Why they playing with me like this? But that was it. Next week, the cast is going to host the episodes to be continued, guys. But Casey's alive. I saw in the next week episode. Sorry, spoiler. But Casey's probably most likely alive because they showed it. They can't do Casey Undercover without being alive. But she might get arrested. She might for harboring a freaking fugitive or something. So she might. But I hope not. But this is part 1. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Tell me in the comments below if you cannot wait to see part 2 of the season finale. If you don't want it to end, oh my God. But there's going to be new episodes I know coming. And tell me what your favorite episode was, because next week I'm going to do my top 5 fave episodes from this whole season from start to finish. I'm going to tell you guys what I like about the top 5 episodes and everything. So thanks for watching this review, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Check the link in the description below. Like my rings. Go check out our video about it.